Okay, I'm doing a little update. I should have got situated first, but I didn't. We are leaving the doctor's office. I'm trying to get us both in the frame. We're leaving the doctor's office. It was a huge fail. Did not work. So here's what happened. Praise God. Our sister Tamara met me at the doctor's office, and she got to go in with me all the way through these things. So Kelly waited downstairs. For whatever reason, he's had like a boogaboo about not wanting to go in this doctor's office. Usually does everything with me, but this time, anyway, Tamara went. So they gave me a Valium. So on top of all the pain medicine, I might be like a little more disconnected than normal. I don't know. Basically, like nothing affects me at this point. So, okay. So we go to the doctor. A man comes in. He is like, seems like a phlebotomist. He's like a nurse. He gives me all of, like, put on my gown, and he's going to start an IV. They have a bag of saline in the room hanging. And, but for whatever reason, he doesn't start the IV. The next person that comes in after I get dressed is the doctor that's going to be doing my procedure. The doctor begins to start my IV. I don't know if the first man was intimidated by tattoos, like not being able to find what he needed or what the deal was, but so the doctor's going to start the IV. They're asking me like where I usually get it, and I'm usually pretty good at like directing them where to go and what to do and all of those things. And I have a lot of valves in my vein which cause complications for IVs. So
starting route to expectation.
Sorry. What happens
Use
is
the left.
The doctor tries to start the IV. He, like normal, has happened before. I've mentioned in videos. He asked which one to do first, but he did the other arm first anyway because he would prefer it in the other arm. He blew it all the way through. He said he blew it all the way through, and blood started just like running out of my arm, and he had to take it out immediately. So it also hurt. He must have hit the nerve. He must have gone all the way to the bone because it felt a pain in a different part of my arm, and I was telling him that. And I was like, where do you feel the pain? And I was like, feel the pain over here, which is nowhere near where he's touching or anything. It was further down my forearm. So anyway, he takes that one out. He attempts to do the ditch of the arm where I told him I normally do it and have good results. He also instantly blew through that one. Somehow these needles felt like they were barbed also. I don't know. I've had a lot of piercings. I've had a lot of needles like in my body. These needles felt like they were hooked. I don't know what was the deal with them. They actually hurt. No, I don't really experience IVs normally hurting, but whatever. These did every single time. So he tries that arm, blows all the way through, tells me he blows all the way through, blood's running out again. Now we got two bloody running arms, and then he needs to wait a few minutes for the arm to calm down. He said he's going to get an ultrasound, so he got the ultrasounds like light up the veins so he can see like on a screen. And Tamara said he was like digging around in my vein, trying to get in the vein. He's looking on the video. And then he got it, and he kept saying he didn't have it all the way threaded, which I don't even know what that means. So he's digging around. He finally gets it, and almost immediately though, I started feeling cold and like the fluid was pooling in my vein. So that tells me like the valves aren't letting it back through. So he's having a problem. A nurse comes in. Water is dripping like out of my arm, and she's like, no, that's normal. And there's a ball of fluid in my arm, and the ball is cold. And she's like, no, that's normal. So she's like lying, straight up lying to us. We all know that's not normal. I actually get so many IVs because of the cancer. Like, I know that's not normal. It's not my first IV, and I actually get a lot of IVs, but anyway, whatever. We'll go with it. We'll call it normal. Then the original nurse who didn't start the IV, whatever he is, the anesthesiologist or nurse or phlebotomist, I don't know what he is, he comes in, and I was like, hey, it needs to come out now it's burning, it's actually hurting, and it's a bigger ball, and the ball's real cold. And he looks and he's like, yes, we're taking it out right now. So then they'd given me an injection when they started the IV of Valium. We don't know if it went into the muscle, like where did it go? We don't know. I didn't feel it. Then they gave me an oral Valium and waited about 20 minutes. Then the doctor came back in, and I'm not in any way like sedated, and he was like, do you feel the Valium? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I can kind of feel it. And he's like, well, we should probably give you another one so we can start an IV in the procedure room so you don't feel the digging around on you as much, like digging around on my spine. I don't want to feel the digging around on my spine. So I was like, actually, because of the number of IVs we've done today that have failed, I was like, would it be better if I just rescheduled? And he was like, yep, it would. And reschedule and try to hydrate. He said the fasting for this long did not benefit me. It was actually a hindrance, and that this time it will be better if I do fast for 8 hours, but if I continue to drink and hydrate. So fast from food, yes. Fast from drinks, only for 2 hours. So the day before, I need to be chugging Gatorade and chugging water. And that will hopefully resolve this IV issue. It probably should. It sounds like it's what it's gonna do. And yeah, that's it. That's what happened today. It was a total botch. Went really bad. And hurt my arms up. And now we're gonna go get some breakfast. So we'll try again in a week. Praise the Lord. In the meantime,
but also, you also have your scans next week, and it's a treatment week.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week, so it's going to put us being in San Antonio 3 days in a row, so we're going to have 3 days in a row not being able to go home. In the meantime, this miraculous thing has happened. It sounds maybe kind of bananas, but it really is true. And I've been trying to share it with everybody that I've been able to put on it in my life that has all kinds of pain issues. It helped Callie, but he wants to save what we have for me, and we did order some more. So when we get a surplus, we will start using it for him as well, because it actually worked. It is muscle and joint cream. It is from, oh, the camera's there. It is from, trying to get it in view, Ro Casa. If you go to rocasa.com, you put a sparing amount of this muscle and joint cream. It is wonderful. The ingredients, like, you're not going to be able to, if I can't get it in focus, all the ingredients. Okay, so muscle and joint pain cream, 4-ounce jar, and Ro Casa all natural magnesium gel. So, providentially, when we got to Kansas, one of the sisters there had these two. She uses them for pain. They work. Another sister there was using it for pain. The first sister ended up gifting me her own jars, which is so kind. One of them costs like $28 and one of them costs like $35. They actually work. They've reduced the pain. They've given me sleep back. I've had sleep. I only woke up once. Every time I've used these, I've only woke up once that night, and I've been able most of those nights to just rub it on me again and go back to sleep without having to take a shower. One of the nights I didn't even have to take pain medicine, which is actually a bad thing because I have to stay ahead on the pain medicine. When I wake up and it's been like 7 hours and I haven't had pain medicine, I'm like climbing the walls. So, yeah, you put a sparing amount of this on first, and then you put a sparing amount of the gel on top of that. Rub it in, and you are good. In about an hour, you'll start to feel some pain-free bliss. So that's wonderful. That's it. That's my update for today.
See you next week.
See you next week. Hopefully with better news.